Hello, human beings, and welcome to episode 3 of our playthrough of Hades. On the last episode, we fought all the way up to Elysium with the bow, all the way up to Chamber 35, as you can see down in the bottom left corner. We did not make it out, we did die, but we made it far farther than we thought that we would on our very second run. On this run, we do have a darkness buff on the shield. Right, so we're going to be using the shield. The shield is probably my favorite weapon. I think it's my favorite weapon in the entire game. You do have like a default attack right here. You have a bull rush, which allows you to block all damage coming from the front, and it's a nice little charge all the way through. In addition, your special is a shield throw, which comes back rather quickly, and especially with some good upgrades, can feel really, really quick and amazing. This weapon is awesome. I'm going to feel awesome using it. Let's get running. Let's get going. Let's escape from hell. All right. Ooh, right off the bat, we get a Daedalus Hammer. Now, this is awesome. This is how you upgrade your weapons. Daedalus Hammer upgrades are really fantastic all the way around. I would probably pick Daedalus Hammer upgrades over most other things. Your Bull Rush fires a piercing shot that deals 80 damage. I've never actually used this one before. Your Bull Rush deals 400% damage to armor, or your special deals 50 damage to foes around you when you catch it. Let's try Charged Shot. I've never actually used Charged Shot. This is going to be a little bit of a hit to our mobility, but it's new and it's interesting. I think it might give a little bit of range to us. So let's see what's going on. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's kind of just turned into the bow. I'm using the bow again. Well, I didn't anticipate that.
Each time the prince delves back into the underworld, its ever-shifting chambers realign to frustrate his attempts to perhaps map it out.
Built to ensure no one gets out. We'll see about that.
Yeah, I'll try my best not to turn this run into just a bow run, because that's a bit boring, doing 2 bow runs in a row, especially when one of them's not even on a bow. It's on the shield, but I am going to have to... Ooh, it is a little bit tricky not dodging towards the enemy, because I'm so used to charging up my bull rush and then rushing towards the enemy. Artemis, Aphrodite. I'm going to go with Aphrodite. She usually gives a little bit of weakness to some of my boons, and weakness is very useful. Makes the enemies... I mean, I say that about every single thing in this game, is that it's very useful. All right, everything in this game is useful to some extent in some way, right? But weakness is good. It prevents enemies from dealing lots of damage to us, and again, the more survivability we have, the higher chance we have of getting even farther than we did last time.
Let's see here. Hi there. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Why, hello there, little godling. I have to say, you're quite the specimen, and so I've decided I shall aid you for the moment. You interested?
Aphrodite's quite the looker. I don't know why my voice cracked right there, but that's just the natural state of things, I guess. Your cast, I really don't like Aphrodite's cast. It's short range, you gotta be close to the enemy, although I'm using a shield. I might have considered taking this if I kept the Bull Rush, but I do not have Bull Rush. I don't have a very consistent way of safely charging in towards the enemy, so I won't take that. Your dash deals damage where you end up inflicting weak. Again, this is all about getting close to the enemy. So I'm going to go for your special, deals more damage and inflicts weak. We'll take the Heartbreak Flourish, right? Because we're using the special all the time anyways, and I'm not sure if by default the special bounces between enemies. I think that might be a Daedalus Hammer upgrade, which if it is, whatever, small bit of egg on my face. No, yeah, it bounces between a couple enemies, see? So that's much more useful, being able to apply weakness to enemies that are farther away from me. So I'm glad that we took that. Even though I'm a little bit done, even though it's my favorite weapon, I still didn't quite know exactly how to use it. Nice. Take some darkness, a little bit of upgrade potential in the future. Very happy about that.
Pests.
Ooh, these are annoying. These things just throw mines at you. Now, another slightly annoying thing about the shield is that when you are using your special, as in the special is like out and going to attack enemies, you can't actually use your main attack, which is tricky. You have to balance it, right? So I'm not going to be using my special over and over and over and over again, right? It's not more powerful than my attack, although it does inflict weakness, which is very useful. What else do you have to offer me? Come on, Tartarus. You can do better than this. Ooh. Ooh. I tried to use my bull rush to get out of the way of that explosive grenade, but then I remembered I didn't have a bull rush anymore. It does something different now. So we've got a Nectar. I can actually give this to one of the gods, and what I should do is I should plan who I give the Nectar to based on the best boons. Or the best keepsakes. I always get keepsakes and boons confused because they're so similar. So who can I give the Nectar to? You can give the Nectar to any of the gods that give you boons. Maybe that's why it's confusing. And they will give you a keepsake that makes them appear more frequently and makes their boons have a higher chance to be a higher rarity, which is always useful, you know? If you, oh, wow. He stepped on the pressure plate and it hit me with arrows. Always useful to have god boons to be able to choose, especially as you get more used to the game, you know which boons work well with which weapons, and sometimes it's useful to pick boons in the future. Other people I can give it to, basically anyone you can talk to, it's worth giving them Nectar, because they'll give you a useful boon. Useful keepsake, not a boon. Oh my god, get it through your thick skull. What is wrong with you? So I'm thinking maybe Skelly. Now, Skelly's is probably the best keepsake, not a boon, keepsake in the entire game. His gives you an extra, it's not a full stack of Death's Defiance. It only restores up to 100 health once you've leveled it up entirely. Wow, there's a lot of things happening here. There's a lot of enemies. I'm not doing as effectively as I was on the bow on this fight. Take out some of these enemies, because these are really annoying. All these lasers are going in between them. So Skelly might be the person that I give this Nectar to if I don't get any more Nectar. Who else has useful boons? Dusa, who we haven't met yet, but Dusa has useful boons, a useful keepsake. Oh my god, so like when I'm not even thinking about it, I'm just confusing boons and keepsakes over and over again. We took a lot of damage on that fight. I'm not too happy about that.
It's got to be.
But that's fine. We're gonna get a Poseidon Boon here. I don't think we've seen Poseidon yet on this playthrough. Poseidon Boons are pretty good. Pretty good.
We've a lot of catching up to do, but first things first. You get yourself out of that dour underworld. As for me, I'll see if I can stir things up a bit to cover your advance.
All of his boons, ooh, we got an epic boon. All of his boons are about pushing people away. So your attack deals more damage to foes and knocks them away ooh, I'd have to think about this. That's probably the best choice, right? Your attack and special are stronger in the first 10 seconds. I mean, that's fine, but you know, some of the boss fights last longer than 10 seconds, so that would be useless there. Cast damages foes in an area and knocks them away. That's probably a more efficient use of being able to knock foes away. I'm going to go with Tempest Strike. It's epic. It's attack damage increase. My attack's going to push foes away, but I have this Daedalus Hammer upgrade, right? So, oh, this pushes foes away too. Because the Bull Rush is actually part of my attack. You can actually see that it's going to push foes away because it's got the water effect. Okay. I can work with this. Oh, perfect. So it doesn't even matter that we lost tons of health there because we got to, well, the fountain chambers only restore 15 health for right now. Not great, but it's a little bit extra health, right? And now the annoying part, we got to go all the way around here to listen to this flavor text.
Calm and respite, whilst perhaps unimaginable in the underworld, occasionally is to be found, in fact.
And not a moment too soon.
Nice. So, we're going to go for the Power Palm. We're going to hope that we get an upgrade for our new Poseidon Boon. Because that would be really useful. Oh, whoa. I thought I was standing right. Yeah, so now that, okay, well, unfortunately, now there's a reason for me to turn this into a full bow run. Just now realizing. Because this move is just too powerful. Look at this. So this move is, 1, it's going to block damage from attacks who charge at me. See? Blocked, right? 2, it's going to shoot a projectile out towards enemies who are in front of me. And 3, it's going to push them away from me. So that is a lot of, again, we'll take the Tempest Strike like we said. So that is a lot of really useful things that, I can't not use this attack, right? I can't get myself just because it's too similar to the last run. Chthonic Key or Darkness. How much Darkness do we have? 29 Darkness, 3 keys. We need at least 1 more key to be able to unlock the spear. So we'll go for the key. Yeah, I can already feel that this is gonna turn into a bit of a bow run, a bit of a long-ranged run, which isn't a big deal. Again, long-range runs are super safe. It's because we were using the bow that we were able to get out of Asphodel and into Elysium on our last run, right? And again, the farther we get, the greater the rewards are for darkness, right? Like on these first floors, you might just get 10 darkness at a time, and on the later floors, you probably get 30 darkness every time you get that reward, right? The further we go, the better. I almost got hit by some of those. 2 keys, very nice. That's pretty great actually. And again, between health and money, we already have 200 money, so that's enough to go for the Charon shop. We'll go for the health. Health is a better long-term investment here. And it's not even a long-term investment. I always use long-term investments to refer to things that are gonna like affect my runs in the future. That's like a long-term investment. Darkness is a long-term investment. Gemstones are a long-term investment. Keys are a long-term investment, right? Money, not a long-term investment. Power Palms, not a long-term investment. Just things that affect this run. And we're definitely not gonna get a long-term investment on this room either with the health, because this is just, I mean, I guess it's long-term if you want to talk about like going longer on this one run, but it's not, you know, it's not going to affect our runs 2 runs in the future. So boss fight with the Furies is next. I'm not too worried about it. Oh, we could give this Nectar to Charon, but I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for Medusa, or Dusa. Sorry, Dusa. I didn't mean to call you Medusa. I'm going to save it for her. Because her keepsake gives you like a 3%, or I guess a 3% increasing as it levels up, chance to find health items in like these pots right here, right? So if I break pots, right now I get nothing, right? But soon, if I get the Dusa keepsake, then I'll be able to find health items in there every once in a while. So we can definitely take the key. We could take the key and we could still take 1 more of these things. Health is probably better, but Ares is more fun. So we'll go with Ares. Let's take an Ares boon. See, the gods even comment when they're found in Charon shop. It's really cool. After you take damage, inflict doom on those around you. After slaying a foe, your next attack or special deals more damage, or your cast sends a blade rift hurtling ahead. Let's go for that, all right? We usually don't upgrade our casts very much. And look, I mean, that's a lot of damage, right? As Phil Swift would say, that's a lot of damage. So let's fight Meg. Let's see if we can beat her, again, without taking any damage. We didn't take damage that last Fury fight.
I'm sure he'd welcome all this feedback from you, Meg. Or maybe you're just pining for my father's job.
I have no envy for your father's position. Besides, I happen to enjoy my own responsibilities.
Oh, very suspect. All right, let's try and put weak. Luckily for us, we do have the second dodge now, so the game is feeling a lot better from my perspective, because I can dodge multiple times now. We're still going to try and inflict weak on Meg as much as we can, and we can just hold the shield up while she does this attack, right? Which is probably one of the reasons... Oh, jeez. Which is probably one of the reasons, not a damageless fight. One of the reasons why I like the shield the best is because there are a lot of instances like this where you could just block tons of damage by standing still, right? Sorry. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. And, like, especially to have the bull rush afterwards, which is, like... You can avoid tons of damage and then immediately just charge towards the enemy and deal damage back to them. Super useful. Now, we don't have the bull rush here because we've traded it in for something a little bit different. So we don't have that benefit going for us. But you know what? It's not... Oh. See, I had the 2 dodges there, so I was able to get out of the way of her whip. Super duper useful. Let's take care of these ads. Oh, ooh. Definitely not doing a, ooh. I had to go somewhere because this big club guy was about to hit me in the face. And those orbs of her don't really do that much damage. They do like 1 or 2 damage each, which is a lot better than getting hit in the head by this guy. Gotta be a little careful here. I don't want to waste my use of Death's Defiance right at the end of this fight. And there are a significant amount of ads here. Okay, cool. Whew. I was about to take damage from those little shadowy marks on the ground, but we did it. We killed Meg with the shield. We did it. We get the Titan's Blood. All of these rewards, the Titan's Blood from Meg, the Diamond from the Bone Hydra, all of those rewards happen only the first time you clear an area with a certain weapon. And then there are other ways to get more of them in the future, but that's, you know, that's far in the future. Definitely take the life up, and that kind of locks us out of these other choices, but
I still need these.
do we want to sell any of these? Probably not. The one I'm most likely to sell is Slicing Shot, because I don't know if you even noticed, I didn't even use my cast during that last fight. I don't usually use my cast. There are reasons to use a cast later on as we get more powerful, but you know, I'm gonna trade this in. So that's like a short-term loss, but I'm gonna get a long-term gain. I get both of these. 53, I can. So I'm gonna get both of these. So that's gems and darkness, 2 long-term investments for 1 short-term investment. I think that's worth it.
From Tartarus is finally laid bare. Far above, the heat from Phlegethon, the river of flame, is faintly felt already, even as its dangers lie in wait.
Lovely. Broke out of Tartarus.
Nice. So because of the Mirror of Night upgrades that we got, we are now restoring 2 health every time we go into another chamber. This isn't usually the health restoring upgrade that I use on the Mirror of Night, but you know, for right now it works. We're not gonna look at that vista every single time, because I realized after I recorded the last episode that last episode was over an hour long. So you guys are gonna get lots and lots of Hades content, but we can't stop and smell the roses and take a look at the pretty scenery every single time that we get to a different area. All right, it's just gonna be the way that it's gonna be. Maybe once each time, once each vista, but not repeated. And that 1 hour footage is taking up 41 gigabytes of space on my computer. So I'm gonna have to, you know, cut these short if I can. Well, not cut these short. I'm not gonna stop until I lose the run and, you know, go through and experience the story after the run. I could be using my Bull Rush to try and block some of these guys' attacks, but I think just attacking them, getting them out of the way is a little bit of a better choice. You know, they can't deal damage to me if they're dead. You know, if I've said it once, I've said it a billion times, blah, 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 blah. Let's just kill this guy since he's so close to death anyways. Maybe we can knock them into the lava. Yeah, we got a couple lava kills there. Another key, which is very good. Again, we can... It's only 4 to get the spear. There are more weapons after the spear. Ooh, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna go talk to Eurydice. So that exclamation point is for like a special guest. On each of the floors, it's slightly different. They give you different benefits, but let's just take a little bit of time to listen.
Okay. Could dash clear through that wall, I think.
I love this. Supergiant Games and music have a really, really good like track record, especially if you think about like Transistor. I think they compose their own music for all these games. I don't even think I've commented on the music in this game so far. This game soundtrack rocks. It's awesome. And like this song is just like, it's such a welcome respite from all this like lava and death and fighting and tenseness, and then you get here to this room and it's just this nice, delicate, beautiful song.
You got that? So take your pick. My treat.
Right, so these guests are different on every single floor. So here on Asphodel, we have the choice between Ambrosia Delight, Palm Porridge, and Refreshing Nectar. All of these are really, really good upgrades. Ambrosia Delight, up to 2 random boons of yours are upgraded to the next rarity. Now, I only have 2 boons, so this is more of a guaranteed thing to upgrade this to heroic and to upgrade this to rare. Palm Porridge will upgrade 4 random boons by 1 level. So again, it's kind of a little bit decided, although it's going to split it between these two. And Refreshing Nectar, which makes the next 3 boons you find have upgraded rarity. I think since we don't have a lot of boons, right, it might be nice to take Ambrosia Delight to get like an assured upgrade to these, but we're going to go with Refreshing Nectar so that as we find more boons, they are more powerful by default. I think that's a good choice. And, we're not even going to find a boon on this next page.
See you next time.
I say this next page? What do I think this is, a book? This isn't a book, it's a video game.
One of those infernal troves.
You're thinking of movies. Alright. These guys, these little, like, tiny bone hydra heads are kind of interesting because I think, ooh, very interesting, yes. I think they're the only enemy that doesn't spawn with the same spawn visual as everyone else. I'm at a loss for the words that I'm trying to. When enemies spawn, they spawn with like little symbols on the ground, but those little bone hydra guys just kind of pop out. They pop out sooner than others, and they don't spawn with that symbol.
Strength.
Okay. So as the levels increase, you get diminishing returns. You get slightly less and less per level as the levels get higher. So 69% to 77% or 80% to 112%. And you know what? This is a absolutely dumb decision. I'm going to take this one just so we can keep Tempest Strike at 69%. Right? I mean, right? I mean, why wouldn't I do that? So we're going to go with Heartbreak Flourish here, level 1 to level 2. And we found our first treasure trove. So treasure troves will spawn a whole bunch of enemies, and the faster you can clear them, the closer to this maximum reward that you'll get. So we're going to do this for 100 coins. Sure. Well, not 100 coins. It'll be less than 100 coins by the time we're done, but let's see what we got here. All right, so the faster we clear this, the better our reward is going to be. We are already not off to a great start. We're doing very slowly because these guys are going to leap around all over the place, and we don't have much of a long-range weapon. We can knock them into the lava to get to kill them a little bit faster. And we'll try that, and yeah, last guy's all the way over here. So how much did we actually get? 58, more than half. I'm fine with that. You know what? That feels fine. So we're at 107 coins now. So we're going to get a boon from Zeus. There is going to be a mini boss fight for us to get there. But this boon is going to be upgraded to the next rarity. So whatever the game naturally spawns it in as, they're going to get upgraded. This is cool. Uh-oh, Barge of Death. This is probably the best choice for a mini boss than we could have hoped for, right? It's a small arena, but it is just regular enemies. Right, ooh, and the only other tough thing is that there's a lot of these explosive grenades, like grenade traps here on the ground, and since it's such a small environment, it's very hard to avoid the damage, and they do respawn after a certain amount of time. Do they respawn? They haven't respawned yet. They might not actually respawn here on the Barge of Death, which makes them a little bit easier. I wonder why they do that. I think they probably shouldn't. They probably should respawn. It might make you able to kill the enemies a little bit faster, right? So maybe that's some of their motivation for not allowing them to respawn, right? Because if you had the traps, you know, as long as you can dodge reliably well, like even a little bit, you won't be getting hit by them. But the enemies, they don't really dodge traps as often as a human player would. So maybe it does make the Barge of Death a little too easy, and that's why they don't respawn. Makes sense to me. All right, we could gift Zeus the Nectar, but again, I want to save it for some more important keepsakes in the future.
That shield of yours called Aegis. Why, in fact, it's mine from long ago, young man. I've no more need of it, of course, but how you found it, you shall have to tell me once you're here.
Again, it's really cool that all of these, yeah, it's really cool that all of the gods make note of the stuff that you're carrying and the ways that and the other boons that you've gotten throughout the game. So we do have the opportunity to trade in a boon. So we can trade Heartbreak Flourish, which is the Aphrodite boon that gives weakness to enemies, instead to get a special that causes a lightning bolt to strike nearby foes. It does start out at level 2. When you trade boons like that, they start out at the level that the other boon is, you know. So that's kind of nice, but I would rather have the weakness, like less enemy damage, rather than being able to damage enemies a little bit faster. Thunder Dash is kind of nice. I do dash all the time. After you dash before getting hit, a bolt strikes a nearby foe. These are like the same upgrades, except this one is every time you dash, and this is just when you dash before getting hit. So I'm gonna take the Thunder Dash. Hell yeah, look at that. Zap the ground. That should provide a little bit extra damage, especially since we dodge all the time anyways. Yeah, some of the upgrades in this game are, you know, they're just like no-brainers. It's just like extra damage, right? Like, I'm not going to be consistently, like, I haven't changed up my playstyle at all since I got the Zeus boon. Because, like, I'm not going to dodge into enemies and try to use my dodge as one of my main attacks now, but it's just like a little bit of extra bonus damage that just happens to occur whenever I dash. It's nice. It's like a nice little bonus. It's going to be tough. It's always tough having, fighting against casters. Ooh, that's not good. Took some dumb damage there. It's always tough fighting against casters on Asphodel because they'll, oh my god, bad damage. Very bad. They'll often, like, especially like with the shield where you can hit them across the lava, they'll just end up floating out over the lava, and if you don't have much of a ranged option, luckily I do, but if you don't have a ranged option, like, you can't get to them without taking damage. Little Well of Charon here. We are probably going to have to take Hydrolite so that we can restore some health on our way upstairs. Your attack deals plus 30% damage. I think I'd just rather save my money for another Charon. I know that usually happens before the very last fight of each floor. Yeah, and see, we could just take this money here and save our investment. I guess I could have spent the money on the jerky to get higher attack and then just take this money here. That might have worked out fine. But, you know, maybe having this money will give us an opportunity to purchase more darkness, you know, for some longer term investments. These guys are really tough. So these are so again, like the casters on the second floor shoot 5 shots at, like, in an arc, but the shielded versions of enemies always do like a little bit more than the non-shielded version. So since these guys are shielded, they actually shoot out 3 separate casts of 5 shots each. Really, really, really annoying. I gotta come up with better adjectives than just really, because, you know, this run's going really, really good, and I'm having a really, really fun time doing these recordings for you guys. But after a certain amount of time, using adjectives like that gets really, really boring. So I'll try and think of some better ways to say things. Some more eloquent ways to expand my vocabulary and provide a interesting incentive for you to continue your viewing. I don't know. Doing that takes a lot of brain power. Takes a really, really high amount of brain power. Ooh, okay, so health. Health or Charon Shop. I did come to get money to go to Charon Shop, which might also have health. It might have health and it might also have, like, healing. So, like, not like a max health upgrade, but healing. So I am going to go to Charon Shop. I think this is the smart choice. I might regret this as soon as I see what's on offer, but, you know, that's the game. Yeah, we didn't get any max health or healing. So instead, we're just going to go for some of these long-term investments. I can't get both of these. And I would rather take the Aphrodite. Can I talk to Charon? No, I could gift him something, but I already talked to him this rep. I would rather take the Aphrodite than the Power Palm.
Looks like we meet again, dearest, here among the foul detritus of the boatman's ways.
Do you think she noticed me? Yeah, like... Her cast is a wide, short-range blast that inflicts weak. It's not... I really don't like her cast. I really don't like it. Since I'm already inflicting weak with my special anyways, it's like, why would I even take this cast? I don't think there's much of a point to it. Resist some damage from nearby foes' attacks. That's really good. Or any max life chamber rewards are worth more. These are both really good. I'm going to go with reduced damage to maybe help me survive the Bone Hydra fight, which is definitely coming up next. If I can survive this with one extra use of Death's Defiance, that would be the optimal situation. Like I have to tell you guys that not dying during a fight is the optimal situation. Like, we get it. All right, let's do this. All right, how's this fight gonna go? I suppose, so luckily for me, all of his ranged attacks don't really affect me very much. Because even though he'll end up shooting tons and tons of bullets at me, I can just deflect all this with my shield. Here we go, look at this. Doesn't even affect me. And when I'm done, I can actually attack him without even moving closer. Although I will have to move closer to use my main attack, just to smack him around a little bit. But still, it's like... Ooh, took some damage from that Bone Hydra head. Ooh. Yeah, all the different colors of Bone Hydra heads do slightly different things. These blue ones slam down on you, and I've got to remember that. Usually I just react to what I see. Like, I don't pay attention much to the colors of the heads. I just like, oh, they're using this attack? Just get out of the way real quick. Oop. See, I didn't have my second dodge up for that because I dashed into him instead of just walking up to him, which caused me to take a little bit of damage from that head slam. Really annoying. Really annoying. Oh, really? I'm using really again. It's happening again. You know what? I'm just really, really consistent. That's what it is. Fight me. Fight. Oh, look at how useful that is. All that damage just doesn't affect me. I'm just gonna keep shooting at him like this. I mean, this is the safest thing to do, right? It's the slowest thing to do, but it's safe. All right, now here comes probably the part of the fight that I'm most nervous about is 6 extra Bone Hydra heads gonna be out fighting against me. Oh my gosh, look at how much, just look at how much stuff is happening. Look at how much stuff is happening on the screen right now. We do have 2 Bone Hydra heads down, 4 to go. Well, I guess 5 if you want to count the main head, which I will. You know what? Now we have 4 to go. Clearing this pretty well. If I can clear these 2 Bone Hydra heads, I don't... Oh, 10 health. 10 health. Very low. Very spooky. Clearing this without taking damage would be huge. Because then I can... Oh, wow. I almost dodged right into that. I can heal up at the fountain, which happens after this fight. So I'm going to try and... I really want to... Okay, I'm just going to avoid this guy. It's the easiest thing to do. To not take damage is to just shoot at him like this. Sorry, this has turned into another bow build. Oh well. Yeah, this is pretty safe. This is a pretty safe strategy right here. If we can make it to the next floor, we'll be able to use the fountain, heal up a little bit of this health, and then maybe hold on to one of our uses of Death Defiance going up to the next floor. Nice. So that is... awesome. A couple times in a row, we have made it all the way through Asphodel. I feel real confident about those first 2 floors anyways. They tend to go really, really well on my runs, usually anyways. Cool. So that's another 20 health. We will take the 30 health without even thinking. We will take 12 gems without even thinking because it's a long-term investment.
Let's think about this.
I don't think we want to exchange any of these. And we will move up to Elysium. All the way up. Cool. So we should... We're not in like a better spot. We have less overall health than we did before. Let's listen to this flavor text.
Forgetfulness, Lethe, flows through the hallowed chambers of Elysium, numbing old pains and memories of the most noble shades residing there.
Yeah.
I'll have to give them new
This,
pains to recall.
This river always reminds me of Hercules. Okay, here comes second Hercules reference in this Hades playthrough. This river always reminds me of Hercules because of like the swirls. I don't know. It's not exactly the art style of Hercules, the Disney film, but like it's close enough. I like it. Keys or darkness. We gotta go keys. We gotta be able to unlock all the weapons first. Okay, dumb damage there. Completely my fault. I am going to be a lot more aggressive here. With the bow, you can like hang back. And again, like we could hang back here, but it doesn't make for very interesting content. So we are going to be going very aggro, very aggressive on these guys. Just try and get up in their faces. It's probably going to cause us to take a little more damage, but I don't expect to be able to clear Elysium. The boss fight on Elysium is really, really hard, especially compared to the first two boss fights. Because it is kind of two boss fights on its own, you know? There's two guys you gotta fight, Theseus and the Minotaur. So, again, I don't think I'll make it through Elysium this run, so I will be a little bit more aggressive. Just try and, you know, if it's a permanent upgrade, maybe be a little bit safer. Something like Darkness, like what I'm gonna be getting, like a key right here. I'll probably be a little bit safer so that I can do better on future runs, but, well, we go for the health, right? It's a no-brainer.
Split us.
All right. These guys aren't as much. The casters aren't as much of a problem when you're using the shield. I say that as I take damage because you can block their damage. Even though I'm not really doing that at the moment. I'm being a little bit more aggressive, going in with my main attack. It's faster. As you can see, it's much, much faster to do this than just to stand here and charge up shots all the time. Though it's probably worthwhile still shielding, especially when there's lots of casters around. Oop. Damn, I thought I was in range hitting him, but I was just swinging at air the whole time. Very unfortunate. All right, we got some money. Let's do it. Let's get some money. Oh, okay. So these are the exploding chariots that I completely was able to avoid the last run. Oh my god, these guys suck. They just charge into you and blow up. Where are the rest of them? I wonder if I can I just do this and, oh, I can just block all their damage. So yet another reason why the shield is awesome. You could just block, well, you can't block the damage if you've thrown the shield. I'm actually getting very low on health. This is a little bit concerning. But yeah, shield, like, just in terms of like defensive and offensive capabilities combined, it's my favorite.
Thank the gods.
So what kind of upgrade do we have here? Restore up to 100 health.
Whatever, let's try it.
I mean, all I have to do is not die on this fight, which I understand is a bit of a tough decision. Oh, especially with these guys. I'm about to, okay. Okay, I was about to take damage from that explosive like 3 or 4 times. Oh. Okay, that's really unfortunate. So I used my Death's Defiance, which is a little upsetting. Oh shit. So what my plan was is not die that fight and at least like restore a ton of health so that I didn't lose my Death's Defiance so early. But I ended up just taking damage anyways. And now I'm only gonna get like 25 health out of this. So that treasure trove was a bit of a bust, a bit of a bad choice. Oh, but we got a Nectar. All right, that's a permanent that's permanent upgrade. There we go. That's good. Let's go to the shop. See if we can find some health maybe. Health would be nice. No health. So I'm going full permanent upgrades here. I'll take this as well just because if you don't spend the money, you lose it. Tempest Strike, different league, reduce damage from foes. Definitely want to level that up. And then again, we'll go for the health over Ares because it's safer instead of being more fun. Well, it's fun too. If you make it farther in this game, that's more fun. So, you know what? Screw the haters who think that getting health in this game isn't fun. Even though even though the only hater that I've actually been referring to this whole time has been me. Am I my own hater? Am I a hater, you guys? I literally walked into that arrow for no reason. I actually am a hater. I'm a hater of myself. I literally, like, that arrow was just slowly moving along, and I just walked into it like a fool. Like an absolute buffoon. I guess, you know what they say? You can't win them all. You can't always get what you want. And sometimes you are your own hater. I'm really running low on health here. I'm actually incredibly low on health. I'm incredibly low on health, and this thing is charging right at me, and it has shields. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die here. I have to be really safe. I have to start using this. We are getting health, like, right at the end of this room. So I've just gotta, oh, I almost just charged into another arrow again. And if that's how my run ended, I would have been very upsetty spaghetti. All right, we cleared the room. We got a little bit of health. It's not a lot. It is only a little bit. We have to take the health. That's just how it is. All right. Well, none of these are like permanent upgrades. I'm not expecting to make it very far past the next chamber. So we'll go for the power palm. See if we can at least make it through, or you know what, maybe, I don't know. I was actually dabbling with the idea of just like ending my run here, because I'm not planning on making it farther, but like, what's the point of that? You know, what's the point of giving up? I owe it to myself to at least fight to the very end, even though the very end is seemingly right around the corner. It is a little bit, ooh. Oh boy. There's gonna be another wave of enemies after this one too. So just don't get hit by the trap. Wow, that was a close call.
Welcome.
Yeah, we got guys that charge. We gotta be super duper careful about the damage that we take here. Yeah, I knew that one was coming. Like, I saw the pink fire coming towards me and I dodged right into it. A little bit unfortunate, but you know what? We made it to Elysium, the same place we made it to last time. Let's talk to some people. Let's give some gifts, particularly to Skelly. I definitely want to give a gift to. And
Welcome back.
yeah, I'll give a gift to Skelly. And you know what? Let's do Achilles as well.
Keeping watch over the pool of sticks back there, but it's sure been busy lately. Why, somebody else came through just earlier. You should have seen the look on my face when it wasn't you.
Ha 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 ha. Funny stuff.
Who's that sniveling shade to your immediate left there, Father? Already found someone new to do the busy work, and here I thought I was utterly indispensable.
That shade boy is my newly designated contractor, one whose responsibility is to work on this house. Though who shall pay for everything my subjects here demand, I do not know.
You're trying to guilt me into funding the exorbitant furnishings you desire.
Perhaps once we are finished with repairs for all the carnage you have sown throughout my realm, then we might finally have time for all the needed renovations that have piled up.
Nice.
Wow, sassy stuff.
How's everything been going lately, boy? What's the good word?
I just love Cerberus. He's just such a good boy. He just lies there. He just sits there. He's so cute.
Casual inquiry serves but to frustrate the infernal hound, as none of his three heads possess the gift and curse of speech.
You know what? I'm actually going to give this gift to Cerberus. There you go.
Look what I got for you, boy.
Have some nectar, buddy.
As one of Cerberus's heads receives the prince's gift, another muzzles something back into his hand.
Nice.
Thank you, boy.
So we got the old spiked collar. So this is one of the keepsakes that I was talking about. Super duper useful, permanent buff to the rest of your run. So yeah, we'll give our gifts to Cerberus and then to Skelly.
Teacher like the real thing. Now then, I have something for you.
What, wait, you're giving me your codex? I can't accept something like this.
Please, I insist. I want your love of history to grow, not just your love of warfare. Besides, maybe you can finish out the rest of it.
I'm grateful.
All right, so this is actually super useful. He's given me the codex, which keeps track of everyone that I've met, how many times I've met them, and more importantly, how many gifts I've given them, which is great information to have, because it prevents you from just giving gifts to people who you've already gifted to before. Gifting to them once is the only way to get a keepsake. So let's see what we got. We got 49 gems here. We will go for the Fated List of Minor Prophecies,
we'll go with
because
this.
that's some long-term investment right there.
Minor prophecies. That sounds somewhat exciting, I suppose.
It's basically achievements.
This bit of parchment.
We could do one more. We're actually one gem short of being able to get both of these. Let's go with the Purified Fountains. It's much better to get more health when you do find a fountain.
Go on and make it so.
So we'll go for that one. And unfortunately, we can't get anything else because we only have 9, and the lowest useful one is 10
We each have our
gemstones.
commitments to this house, Megara. There is no shame in yours. And whilst your sisters are away, you bear their burden of responsibility as well.
I understand. It's just... Am I supposed to keep pretending nothing's changed? This house is cracking at the seams, and no one's going to admit it?
The house shall stand eternally. Although in what condition, it is ours to decide. Our obligation is to keep the house in order.
I know. You're right, of course you're right. I'll do my best. I'll do my best for both our sakes, Nix.
Yeah.
What's that about?
House is falling apart, man. It's probably because I'm trying to escape the
Hey, what's with
underworld.
the fated list?
So this is the Fated List. It's achievements,
List of minor
right?
prophecies.
So, oh, actually get 1,000 darkness just for getting the list. Oh no, never mind. I read that wrong. The son of the god of the dead shall someday break free from the realm in which he was born. So this is the achievement for escaping the game. There's achievements for all sorts of things. We'll eventually get to these over the, throughout time, right? They just happen naturally. We're pretty close to this one, which is meeting all of the gods of Olympus. We've met everyone except for one. We'll find them eventually, hopefully, in the future. But, I mean, otherwise, it's just a list of achievements that give you rewards.
The fate-abetting prince perhaps believes it was through his own choice that he procured the fated list of minor prophecies, but it was preordained.
Ha ha ha.
Oh no, not this determinism thing.
Ha 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 ha. Very funny. Let's go to the mirror and reflect on our work. So, we don't have enough keys to get the spear and new talents, which is a bit unfortunate. I would like to have gotten both. We need 9. It's 4 for the spear, 5 for the additional talents, but we're just going to have to let these go for one more run, I think. But we can take more chthonic vitality. We get 3 health every time we enter a room, which is much more useful. And I'm actually going to save my darkness. I think saving this darkness is a little bit better once we get these talents. So that'll be next run.
I feel different.
Yeah, I think that's worthwhile. I don't... It's tough because I usually don't seek out attacking enemies from the back, even though I should. So I'm going to give Skelly this Nectar.
For you, mate. Thought you might get a kick out of this.
For me, pal? Awful nice of you, just awful nice. But guess what? I got this for you. Tit for tat, you understand? A deal's a deal.
Nice. I got a lucky tooth. Absolutely gross. So we can see we have now given a gift to Skelly. Awesome. So the little bow icon, I think, is the keepsake icon. There is more. There is more. Oh, there is more. You can grant Nectar to these people like 6 or 7 times, and even further after that, though, even in my main game, I have not been able to get further past that.
Skelly, you mentioned the ancient bit of blood I found in Tartarus. Know what I'm supposed to do with this stuff?
Wouldn't know a thing about it. Definitely doesn't have anything to do with those infernal arms of yours, some of which appear to still be unavailable to you, as I understand.
Unlock those first, then, huh?
All right. So the bow has the darkness buff. So I'll be using the bow for my next run, but I am going to unlock the spear now.
Let's see what's in here. Varatha.
Nice.
The Eternal Spear.
Varatha, the
It's
Eternal
my
Spear.
pursuit.
Prophecy foretold. So that shows up when you get new prophecies based on like. So I got a new weapon. So basically, the prophecy is you're going to use the Daedalus Hammer on this weapon a whole bunch. I am going to equip the bow.
Using that thing now, huh?
And then I'm going to go take a look at my keepsakes because we can see how these work. So Cerberus's keepsake adds 25 life to my life total. Super useful. And if I clear 25 encounters... Oop. If I clear 25 encounters with this, it'll rank up to rank 2, and then I think another 50 encounters, I'm pretty sure it's the same for every keepsake, another 50 encounters will level it up to rank 3, and the green number in the description will increase. So it'll increase from 25 to 35 to 50. I think at the end you get 50 life added to your life total, which is very, very useful at some of the lower levels. But the best keepsake in the entire game is the Lucky Tooth, which is an additional Death Defiance, basically. Now, it doesn't restore you up to half health. It only restores a set amount of health, but an extra time being able to come back from the dead it's invaluable. It just makes too much sense. I usually don't equip the Lucky Tooth until I get to the last level. But I am going to equip it. I'm going to equip it now because it's useful to try and clear encounters with the tooth, even if I'm not going to be using the Lucky Tooth boon itself, right? Like, I'm not going to be dying multiple times on some of the earlier floors. It's useful to have around just so I can rank it up.
Might help.
In the meantime, let's check out the farthest chamber we've got. I have a feeling it's probably still 35. 35 would be my guess. Yes, it is still 35. I don't think we got farther on this run than we did on the last run, but we did another run, and that's what's important. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. If you liked this video, leave a like. If you want to talk about this video, leave a comment, and I will see you next time.